Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, luckily for us, the JAMB has been extended by 2 weeks. So we now have till 19th of next month for the exams to start instead of 5th. So it gives us a lot of room for us to prepare very well. So to that effect, today we're going to be starting to solve past questions. So we're going to solve 5 past year consecutive past questions. And that is 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, and 2016 past questions for the various 4 subjects that we're doing. So it's an assignment and it's what we're going to be doing henceforth in order to get ourselves accustomed to what is needed for us to get very high score in our JAMB. So we're going to be starting with JAMB 2018. So after this class, I expect you to have a notebook where you have both the questions and answers done. So snap it, send it to my WhatsApp. So let's continue. Today we're going to be looking at physics. So I'm going to click on all courses so that we can get to the physics where we're going. So, Chika, tell me, have you been seeing our past questions for the JAMB? I know I showed you how to get around the English, the WAEC. You said?
I didn't get your question.
I said, have you been seeing our JAMB past questions that we have on our YouTube channel, Tclassified.com? Please, are we seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Are we seeing my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So please.
Yes, I can.
Okay, all the past questions, we've worked on many of them on our YouTube channel. So like this assignment I gave you, you just need to get our YouTube channel. You'll see the video solutions to all the past questions. Most of them, I think we've worked on almost all of them. So you're going to see how the explanations are done. Because what I want you to get from me is something that is very similar to what we've done on there. Because by solving this past question, we want you to be able to have done almost everything. So like this is our channel, Tclassified.com. If you click on this search, you can type any year that you want. So let's say JAMB 2018 physics past question. Okay. So once you get to our channel, you can type something like this in the search of our channel. So you can see this is JAMB past question physics 2018. So you click on it and you're going to see all the questions there. So it's going to give you insight on what we need you to do. You can see from question number 1 down to all the questions. So you can simply click on the playlist and it will play all for you. So you can see 2020 physics, all the years. So I want you to solve for 2020. So you can see this is the JAMB 2020 physics. So if you want to click this playlist, it will play all of them. The key to getting very high score in your JAMB is the ability to have done as many past questions as possible, because the questions that you're going to be having are similar to what has been said before. It's a very big secret as a student. Even when you get into university, your year one, once your lecturers are not changed, it's most likely that the trend of questions are very similar. So when you look at it, it gives you like a little intro into what you're going to be saying. And that's why we're going to be solving the last consecutive past questions on each of the subjects that we're doing. So for physics that we are starting today, I want you to do it as an assignment, submit to me, so that when we come to look at it generally, we can pick out the ones that are troublesome for us. And like I said, if you're having any issue with this, get to our YouTube channel, Tclassified.com, exactly the way I put it here. You can type in and search for any of these past questions. We've done so many of them already. So each year, you just play it. You see the way I was talking and explaining it line by line, gradually, so that you can be able to answer the questions. The way we solve the past questions, solve this in such a way that just on that very topic. The past question that is about measurement, we're explaining to you everything about measurement, so you're learning at the same time. So, and that is why I say it will be very, very important that we try out last 5 years. Before you start it, I want you to have made sure that you've gone to our platform, Educate Africa. That subject you want to do, make sure you play all the videos that is under that subject. You can finish this in 2 days, so that you not concentrate on the past questions. Because I want us to work on past questions from now till the time we are writing our exams. So some of these past questions we are going to be seeing today. So we're going to start afresh now to look at these past questions, so that we'll cover all the topics and the past questions that are on them. So the first subject here is Introduction to Physics. We've done Introduction to Physics and Measurement already. So when you click on this quiz explanation, each of the topics has fixed explanation, and all these quiz explanations are from past questions. And we're going to look at them now, so that subsequently you're going to be using this to study. Okay, so this is the question, and this question is coming out from JAMB 2017, question number 28. And the question says, the dimension of power is it A, ml squared t to power minus 3? Is it B, ml squared t to power 3? Is it C, mlt squared? Or D, mlt cubed? So you're going to follow through to see the way the solution is taken. So all these are from your JAMB past questions, and we'll solve them for you, giving you an intro into the assignment that you're going to do, which is solving 2018 past question. You snap it and send to me. So let's take for this instance now. We want to find the dimension of power. I will say that dimension is simply converting all the quantities that you're given into the basic quantities of MLT, mass, length, and time. MLT. Once you're able to convert every quantity into MLT, you've converted them into their dimension. And that's why we stated what is power. Okay, so we stated what is power. Power is work over time. But work and time, they are not already in the simplest form. Time is already in simplest form, but work is not in the simplest form. So we are going to try to make work to be in the simplest form. So we all know that work is the same as first time distance travel. So in place of work, we have force times distance travel. But force and distance, force is not yet in simplest time. We can still change force to mass times acceleration. We leave distance like this because distance is already in simplest form, which is length. Now, mass is already in simplest form, distance is already in simplest form, time is already in simplest form, but acceleration is not yet. And what is acceleration? Acceleration is velocity over time. So we will now introduce V over T. So we'll now have everything in simplest form. Mass is already in simplest form. Velocity is already in, is not yet in simplest form. D is in simplest, T is in, T is also in. So since velocity is not in simplest form, we have to convert. Velocity is something at distance over time. So we'll write another D all over another T. So we're making 3 T's here. Now everything here is now in simplest form. So we have mass times double distance. And we know that distance is the same thing as length. So this is the same thing as saying mass times LO times L. So L times L is L squared. And T into 3 is T to power 3. So whenever you're taking something that is down up, you have to change the exponent from positive to negative. And that's why instead of having T3, we're having T to power minus 3. And this is the dimension of power. And that is option number A. So that is how we got this. Very well explained. You see the way we wrote this with Biro so that you understand it. Any question you're going to be getting in dimension will be similar to these or the one you're getting in measurement. So we are going to solve everything in measurement and units today. So take note of how we are doing this so that you can do it on your own. This is how I expect you to give me your answer. So you're starting JAMB 2020 physics. You start with question number 1. You write the questions. You explain the answer the way I gave and write like this. In that way, 2 days to your exam, you just revise it. You see that you've covered everything. And you're going to find out how easy your JAMB is going to be because you're just going to smash your JAMB. I promise you, you're going to smash it. The technique I'm giving you now is a technique that I've used. Solving past questions after reading the basic concept. And I say the basic concept is already here on our website. Click all these videos. It will explain. You see me there, teach you all these basic concepts, the way you understand. So once you finish reading all these videos, the next thing is for you to jump into past questions. The more you expose yourself to past questions, the faster you become in handling any question that you get in future. And that is what I want you to do. And that is why we're doing this class. So class, did we understand how we solve these this problem of dimension? Chika, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move forward. Chika, you said I should send the link for the 2018. So I'm going to send the link of the video of 2018 to the group chat. So study that video. That's what you use in doing the assignment. Make sure you buy a special notebook that you use for these assignments. Keep it, you read it before you go and write your JAMB. This is secret. You have extra 2 weeks to practice now. That is how you're going to pass. So go to our YouTube channel. You have all those videos are already there for all the ones we are going to study. Use them to your own benefit. They are there for you. Once you study all of them, because in solving this question, any aspect of the curriculum that we are not able to cover, they have been covered in those questions. And they are very, very good for you. Okay, let's move forward. So let's look at JAMB 2015 physics class question on measurement. And what we are having on our screen is what they call micrometer screw gauge. Choma, you know what they call micrometer screw gauge? Choma Obuchi, do you know what they call micrometer screw gauge?
Somehow, sir, it's used in measuring lengths of objects that are too small to be measured by ruler.
Thank you. They are used for smaller objects. So if you go through these our videos, you see this is this is where we did our lecture about micrometer screw gauge. So please click on this very micrometer screw gauge by this side. Read about it. This is Veneer Caliper. We're going to solve something on Veneer Caliper also. So please click on this very micrometer screw gauge. This is click on it. Calipers, meter rule, and the rest of them. So we've already done videos on this, and you can get them here on educateafricans.com. Quickly click on them. Study these videos. I told you within 2 days you've covered the 4 subjects, so that anytime I'm explaining these past questions, you'll be able to understand. So now let's see how we can use a micrometer screw gauge to measure a length. Now, this is the length, this is what is given. So if you check here, you see that the last reading here is 4. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So the last unit here is, last reading here is 4. And that's why we have the main scale, the value to be 4.0 mm. So because it's 5, if we had 5 here, because it's 4, if we had 5 here, it would have been 5. Now, after taking your main scale, you have to take the vernier scale. This is the vernier scale. This is 10, 15, 20. This other side is the main scale. So you take in the vernier scale where there is an intersection between the calibration there and that in the main scale. You can see we have 15 here, meaning that the next thing we should have is around 16. So the value is 0.16. So the measuring is simply the main scale plus the vernier scale, which is 4.16. And that makes option D the answer. So you see, the way we drew this and explained it, that is also how we did it for the videos you see on the YouTube channel. Please make sure you use them. Okay, let's get to the next one. This is JAMB 2014, physics question number 2. What is the least possible error encountered when taking measurements with a meter rule? If you remember in the class I took you on measurement accuracies, I showed you the measurement accuracies of the various, what's it called? Various measurement instruments. So let me click on it now so that I will show you. So if you scroll down and you get to measurements, if I click here now, it will open up that video. So let me scroll down now. I will show you the table for the measurement accuracies of the various measuring instruments. When I was teaching you this, I told you that there are some facts that are very, very important, which are covered in the teachings. So the very important ones are covered. So this is the lecture we had on the measurement. I don't know whether you can remember this table that I gave you. Limitations of measurement, experimental measurement, accuracy of measuring instrument. For meter rule, it is 1 millimeter or 0.1 cm. Oluwase, do you remember this table, this when I was teaching you guys measurement? Oh, Oluwase, the network is out. Who was in the class when I was teaching measurement? Who started this class in time? So I gave this for the various measuring instruments. For meter reads, it is either in millimeter, 1 millimeter, or in cm, 0.1 cm. For Veneer Calipers, it's either 0.1 millimeter or 0.01 cm. For micrometer screw gauge, it's either 0.01 millimeter or 0.001 cm. So you can see from 1 millimeter, you just be adding 0 points in front, from meter rule down. Whereas for in cm, it would have been, it will now be 0.1, then you'll be adding more 00 at the back. For beam balance, it is 0.001 grams. And for stopwatch, it is 0.1 second. Okay, so take note, because this table, that simple table, is going to answer the next question that we are asked. So let me still scroll into it, quiz explanation. So we've taken time. If you go to this our channel now, this is our platform, Educate Africa, you see more things than you would have seen last week, because we are constantly updating it. So all the past questions are already near now as quiz explained. So you go to any topic, click on the quiz explain. You see for that very topic, you see all the possible JAMB past questions on that very topic. That's how we did it, topic by topic. So now you see the answer says meter rule is an instrument used to measure length. It is graduated in centimeters and millimeters, just like we've seen. the unit can either be in millimeter or centimeter. So the least graduation for meter rule is 1 millimeter or 0.1 millimeter. You remember, I just showed you now from that table. So when you hear least graduation, it simply means also the least possible error or the accuracy. So that's how they use it in JAMB. So whenever you hear any of these, least graduated measurement, possible error encounter, least possible error encounter, accuracy. So know that that is what they are looking for. So 1.00 millimeter, which is option number A, becomes the answer. Okay, let's move forward. So the next question is Veneer Calipers. We've already looked at micrometer screw gauge. This one now is Veneer Calipers. Also, reading for Veneer Calipers, the way you get them is the main scale plus the vernier scale, just the same way, but in taking their readings, they're a little bit different. So it says, what is the reading of the Veneer Caliper shown above? So what you first check now is, where did it end? This is 1 and this is 2. So make sure you take note, this is 1, this is 2, meaning that this middle here is 1.5. So 1 before this place, what is it? So this should be 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. So making the main scale to be 1.3. That's why we have 1.3 here. Then the vernier scale now is, once you come down here is the vernier scale, up is the main scale. So look for where there is intersection. So this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. At 0.9, it intersects with what is on the main scale. And that's why we have here 0.09. So when you add 1.3 plus 0.09, you get 1.39, and that becomes your answer. So take note about how these graduations are done. And this is almost how it comes out in a diagram in this form. So you have to take note and be able to understand these questions whenever they come. Okay, so let's keep going. So this one says, what is the dimension of pressure? You can see that this question is just similar to the one we solved before that says, what is the dimension of power? So you can see problems in dimensions and problems in measurement. They're always coming in the same form. So what is pressure? Once I told you in getting your dimension, you have to convert from the quantities given to the simplest quantity, the fundamental unit quantity, which is mass, length, and time, MLT. It must be in that form. So once it's not in that form, continue to look for the relationship that gets the quantity that you have to the simplest or fundamental quantities of mass, length, and time. Whenever you hear the word dimension, dimension simply means converting the quantity that is you are given to its equivalent of mass, length, and time. So let's go about it. Pressure is equal to force over area. But we know that area is equal to length times breadth. That is double length, LL. But force is the same thing as mass times acceleration. So let's bring down mass times acceleration into the simplest part. So mass is already the simplest, so you write mass, but acceleration is not in its simplest form. Acceleration is the same thing as velocity over time. So that's why we have here mass is equal to velocity over time. Remember, we are working on force only now. We've left out area. You know that pressure is equal to force over area. Let's work on force first, bring it to the simplest time before we combine it with this area. So force is mass times acceleration, and force is mass, whereas acceleration is velocity over time. But velocity is not yet in its simplest form, but time is already there. Time is a fundamental quantity, so we leave time. But what is velocity? Velocity is length over time. So that's why velocity is distance over time, and distance is length. So that's why we have L over another T. Remember, this T is already here. Remember, this M, which is mass, is already here. So that makes the dimension of force to be ML all over T squared. But if you want to bring this T squared up, you have to change the exponent from squared to minus squared. And that is why we have this. So this is the dimension of force. So having known that, let's find the dimension of area, which is what is under. Area is length times breadth. And length is the same as length. Breadth is still a length, but in another direction. So you still have it as length. So length times length will give us L squared. So what you now do now, you now bring them together. Pressure is equal to what? Force over area. But force is the same thing as what? MLT to power minus squared or minus 2. All over what is area? Area is L to power 2. So since you have L to power 2 and you have one L up here, so you're going to cancel, take this one L up here to cancel this one. So you will now be having only one L down. And to bring this one L down up, it becomes minus L to power minus 1. So that makes ML to power minus 1, T to power minus 2 the answer. So take note of this. Take note of the another way is by saying this L squared here. If it's coming up, it becomes L to power minus 2. Now we have L to power 1 times L to power minus 2. This is indices of the same base. So you simply add up 1 minus 2 becomes minus 1. So that is how we come about this dimension. So take note of the movement. You move from the quantity given to its equivalent in fundamental units of mass, length, and time. And that gives you exactly what you want. Okay, so let's keep going. So you can see now we've covered that. So these are the questions you have under measurements and dimension. Under measurements and dimension. So take note of that. Like I said, you have to get back to this our website. We updated all these ones recently. Click on any of the topic, you will see the quiz explanation so that you see the way we've answered this question. So very important. You can also answer the quiz first before you see the explanation. By answering the quiz first, you get to see the question without the answer, but I already put the answers there so that to explain more. Okay, so I'm in the second one, dimension. So let's take the questions there. The dimension of power is, you can see that we've sorted this before. These are among the one we did in the past class. Now, what is the least possible error? Encounter in taking a measurement with meter rule. We've already sorted that out. So take note of all that. Take note of all that. Read about all these examples of dimensions, application of dimensions, units. Take down notes as you're taking these videos. The measurement, tape rule, meter rule. I told us that the instruments used for time is stopwatch. For very small distances is micrometer screw gauge. For distances that are bigger than very small distances, you use calipers. For bigger distances, you use meter rule. And for even longer distances, you use tape rule. So study that. We also have speed and acceleration. We have quiz explanation. Once you click on quiz and acceleration, click on the quiz explanation. You will see where we've explained the quiz, handwritten, giving you problems, the way they should be solved. So that is what I expect you to do. So now I'm going to send us the link to this playlist that we have here, JAMB 2018 Physics. So this is JAMB 2018 Physics. It's from our YouTube channel. Once you get our YouTube channel, just type in JAMB 2018 Physics. Okay, and this is it also. This JAMB 2021 Physics Past Question Prep. That is also what we use there. So and this one is the combined video. So I'm going to send you this link. So with this link, you will be able to do the assignment that I just gave you. So solve it in your handwriting. I want to see them in your handwriting. You send it to me so that I'll see that you've looked at all the questions. You can see now, this is question number 1 for JAMB 2018. It's asking, a man walks a distance 1 kilometer due east, then 1 kilometer due north. His displacement is what? You're going to see how this question was solved in a very light and cool manner, line by line, in such a way that you will understand it. So it's so explained. You'll be playing the video, you'll be getting the audio, and be drawing it exactly that same way in your notebook. So once you're done, you snap that notebook, you send it to me, When we finish this year, we'll look at another year, look at another year. By the time you're done doing 5 years, I promise you, any question that you see in JAMB, it will look like a child's play. Make sure you're listening to the video as it is playing, and make sure you're taking note down. If you listen without taking note down, you easily forget. It does extra work on to be internalized in you. Your level of assimilation increases. This is the same technique that I use in studying for my master's, and I made A's in my results. Good A's. That's why I want you to use that same technique. Studying past question exposes you. When you're reading, you can be reading so many things, but you're not going straight to the point, the kind of reading that the question needs. But when you expose yourself to as many past questions as possible, it embroadens your horizon. Then it leads you to know what you should read the next time you're reading. So if you're able to do these past years, when next you're reading, you know the kind of questions that come out, and you go and spend more time there. Like the questions I told you about taking reading from a micrometer screw gauge or Veneer Calipers. These are questions that come out yearly, or the errors associated with the various measuring instruments. So when you go through past questions, you're going to see more and more of these, so that when you're reading now, you'll be able to know what and what to read, and you get more ready. I want the extension by 2 weeks that JAMB have done for you guys. I want it to be a blessing. And that's why I'm giving this assignment, so that we'll be able to now study very well when we go to write and pass more. If you're writing for medicine and surgery, you're not supposed to do just 5 last years. Do up to 8 or even 6 years back. 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, and more down. Because that is because you're expecting to get very high score if you're planning to study medicine or pharmacy. So do more years. And I promise you, the more years you do, the more it becomes so easy for you to handle JAMB questions. So play these videos, they have audio. So this very one, I did it myself, and the answers are so correct, and I explained a whole lot of things as I was doing it. You're going to learn a whole lot, even things that you did not cover. You'll be able to cover it from here. Okay, let me go to the next question. So you can see question number 2. You play question number 2, play number 3, play all of them. The more you play them, the more you're going to understand a whole lot, because I did not just solve the questions. As I was solving every question, I was explaining all the concept that surrounds that very question I'm solving. So as you're watching it, like if you watch that question number 1, you understand what they mean by scalar quantities, what they mean by vector quantities. When you're not taking direction and you're talking about north, south, you're talking about displacement, no longer distance. If you're talking about 20 meters, 20 meters is distance. But when you say 20 meters north, that means you're showing us both the magnitude and the direction of the movement. 20 meters north, that is dimension you're talking about. So as you're watching this, you're going to be seeing a whole lot of formulas. If I go forward, this is question number 3, talking about electric charges. As you're solving this now, you'll be learning about electric charges. What is electric current? Electric current is the flow of electrons. So you're going to see a whole lot of things. So that is the assignment. This assignment is very important. So I'm going to send you this video link. If you're watching, you can simply know the name. This is the name. You can type this on YouTube. You'll play this video from there. JAMB 2021 Physics Past Question and Answers Prep. So once you type it, you can write by Tclassified.com. Once you type by Tclassified, it will bring the one that was done by us. Very, very perfect for you. So that is the assignment. I'll expect you guys to finish it, so that by next week again of physics, we'll do a different year. So every week now we'll be doing a new year for that week. So it's better for you start the work this evening, so that you'll be able to submit it tomorrow, because by tomorrow, when we'll be doing chemistry, I will also give you 2018 chemistry also. to work on. So don't relax now. This is not time to relax. This is time to work harder, because by the grace of God, you have an extension of 2 weeks. So this extension of 2 weeks, you have to make it count. You just have to make these 2 weeks count. And the best way to make it count is by solving the last consecutive past questions. That is the secret of smashing and getting extremely high score in your JAMB. If you're planning to get 300 and above, you must do this. So follow us now and start these assignments. Like I said, the answers well explained. They are already there on our YouTube channel, Tclassified.com. Once you get there, type any of the years you want. But the 2018s that I solved by myself, I named them JAMB 2021. If it is physics, you have physics past question. If it is biology, you have it. So I combined the whole videos as one, so that you can play them at once and have all the solutions. Any questions that you're looking for that is not in the combined one, you go back to the channel, type that question. Once you type it, you will see the answer there. So I'm gonna now quickly, this is the link. I'm copying this link now. So this is the WhatsApp. I'm going to get to WhatsApp now. You'll see out on WhatsApp now. So I'll go to the JAMB WAEC Uni, the WhatsApp group. That's our general WhatsApp group. I just pasted it there now. So I'm gonna go to the other newer JAMB WAEC Uni. I've pasted the link there too. Okay. So I'm gonna go to our special group for our students, and I just pasted it there too. So what I pasted now is your complete 2018, which is the first assignment. Finish it immediately. If you want to score high, there's no room for laziness. There's no room for waiting. So I pasted it there on the groups now. So everybody go to the group links. You'll see it there. So play it now, solve it in your notes with your handwriting, submit to me now on my WhatsApp. I'll be waiting for it. If you finish this one in time, that is when you will be able to do the one that we are giving tomorrow. And our this thing is going to be every day, every new day you're solving a new past question. You're getting ready so that if we finish in time, I should be able to entertain more questions from you on all these. Chioma, are we clear on this?
So, yeah.
Chioma, are we clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see this one is a number 4 question. This is question on natural radioactivity. And they just wanted you to pick out an answer. If you watch this video, you see how I explain what natural radioactivity is, what artificial radioactivity is, giving examples, and those are things. So by just studying this past question, you learn a whole lot in many of the topics. So please, everybody, do this assignment, submit to the WhatsApp group. If you're not on the WhatsApp group, you can submit to my personal DM WhatsApp. My phone number, as you all know, is 070 671 62698. So make sure you do this once you're on this line. Make sure you do this assignment. This is passing. So you can see it consists of these emissions. You can see, first of all, we started spontaneous disintegration or splitting off or breaking down of nucleus. So this explanation is very, very vital. So before we now tell you what and what come out whenever there is radioactivity. So this is very critical. So check them out in your WhatsApp. I've sent the link to this video. so that you can watch it and solve all the questions. The same way, the one we are giving you tomorrow in chemistry, you also watch and solve all the questions and tell me what the answers are. So you can see here, when there is splitting or breaking down of nucleus, we call it radioactivity. And a radioactive atom emits alpha and beta particles as well as gamma rays. So take note of all these, and we are going to continue in the next class. So please, I want to see your assignment. Chika, are you here? Chika, you both of us worked on the WAEC, Abi, so you're used to this, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Good. So I'll be sending you the links. You check your personal DM. I've already sent you the link of this very one now. So study, do the assignments, submit to me immediately. I want to see your own, very, very importantly. I want to be seeing all the assignments done. I want by next month, you're already eager to write your year. I want by next month, you'll be telling me, hey, sir, please, I want 19 to read so that I'll write this or this thing and set and do other things. And the way to get ready is by doing what I just told you now. So listen to these videos, write them down in your notes. 2 days to the day of your exam, you read these notes. You flip through, because it's you that wrote it by yourself. You see that as you're reading through, it will be so simple. And once you get into the hall, every other thing you see there will be it will be like small potatoes for you. You understand? Are you clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, blessing. Okay, Sola, are you clear on what I've been explaining?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all of you now have the links to the video. So any video I want you to work on, I will specially share the link in case if you find it difficult going to YouTube to search. But the system we are using to train you is we are training you in modern ICT technology of learning. That's how you learn now. There are a lot of things that you need as a human being. They are already online there for you. So that's why I combine the use of computer skills in teaching so that you know the modern things in learning. Because as you're going into university, you need to know all these things so that learning becomes easier for you and you'll be able to read, pass, and move forward. And that is how we're going to be learning. So you remember the 2 platforms you are using is our YouTube channel. The name of the YouTube channel is Tclassified.com. Then our platform, learning platform, Educate Africans, where we have all your videos and all your past questions, the written form, solved and organized for you in such a way that it becomes easier for you. Those of you that are trying to use this platform and they are not able to open the video, make sure that once you go to the home page, you click on this student registration. Register as a student and be logged in. That's when you can be able to open the videos. Okay, we're going to be signing out now. So we've started our past questions. So every day that will come together, we'll solve the past question from Educate Africans. Then I'll give you the assignment to watch the video and solve the last 5 consecutive past questions. By so doing, you'll be ready for the exams. Okay, thank you. See you when I see you. God bless you.